Hey everybody, my name's Adam Brous,
I'm Scott Moppin.
and this is Solutions from the Multiverse, where we bring you a new solution every week to your happy earballs.
So thanks for joining us, and come by each Tuesday morning. We'll have a new episode ready for you. Here we go.
Hey Scott, how's it going?
It's going all right. How are you
Awesome. Let's do. Oh my god, dude, I'm so excited for today because I've been thinking about this solution for so long.
doing? What?
Like literally
Why have you
almost
been-
years? I think I originally had the idea years
Adam,
ago.
You know we've had a podcast going this whole time, right? Why have you not?
A lot of my ideas,
you had an
percolate.
opportunity.
They percolate. They're like simmering.
Okay.
They're simmering.
Well, now I'm excited.
So this one simmered for a long time. I even took some actions on it. I hired somebody to help me work on it a little bit, and it didn't succeed though. So I need to turn it out to the solutioners, to our huge audience of creative solutioners. Need to give us the how to do it. Okay. The solution is, I got to be upfront with the solution. The solution is shirts that don't touch your armpits.
Wait.
That's the solution.
Shirts
that
don't touch
your armpits.
armpits. Okay.
So right now, I have a t-shirt on, and it's all crumpled up into my armpit, right? If I just put my arms at my side, there's a whole bunch of cloth that's crumpled up into my armpit.
You sure that's not a you problem? But okay.
Everyone does. All shirts are cut to be, in the armpit. Okay, what I noticed is that's the only part of the shirt that smells after a day. Maybe after 2 or 3 days, the whole shirt kind of smells. But after one day, it's just the armpit that smells.
Right.
So that means when I do laundry, most of the laundry is just cotton t-shirts, the t-shirts I wear every day.
Okay.
So if you don't have the cloth touch the armpit, I could wear the shirts 2 or 3 days comfortably without smelling. I'd still shower, but then I could just put the shirt I had on the day before back on, or cycle them through or whatever, and they wouldn't smell because the cloth would never come in contact with what are called interstitial zones. That's where interstitial zones are, where skin on skin, your body is like a crevice, like where your skin is on skin, and that's where your body gets dirty. It gets dirty in interstitial zones. Non-interstitial zones don't get very dirty at all.
But isn't part of what makes it smelly is that you're producing sweat, and the sweat then is transferred to your shirt, and then the stuff that goes with the sweat is also transferred to your shirt.
Only because it comes in contact with the interstitial zone.
But if there's no cloth there,
it
makes me think that the sweat just kind of stays in my armpit.
It just sits in the hairs of
moist
your armpit. And no, but it'll just stay, kind of hang around and evaporate into, from your armpit. It's fine.
Where does it evaporate to?
Imagine if you have a tank top on. Do your armpits get all uncomfortable? No, it's actually more comfortable when you don't have cloth up against your armpit all day long.
Okay. But you could also sit around someone who's got an odor, and then all of a sudden you start to get that odor. I don't know if it's the touch. Don't you think just being that close to a sweaty armpit?
You still need to be clean. I mean, I'm not saying change your hygiene. I'm saying still shower once or twice a day, underarm deodorant, etc. But then don't have the cloth of your shirt up against what we're trying to solve here is climate change.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
we're talking about climate change.
Armpits.
This is not a hygiene issue. This is a climate issue. People use an enormous amount of energy cleaning their clothes. If people could just adopt, and we have fast fashion, so people are buying new clothes constantly, right? If we could just change the cut of the clothing so that it didn't require washing half or 3 times as much, we would reduce the amount of energy used to wash and dry clothes by an enormous amount. So this is supposed to be a climate. We're supposed to start with the solution, but then I have to at some point get to the problem. We're talking about, I want to do this as a green solution. So an environmentalist, or just anybody who doesn't want to do laundry all the time, which I hate doing laundry. I'd like to be able to do laundry half as much if I could.
Okay.
I would love to have shirts designed that had the armpits did not have contact, the shirt did not have contact with the armpits. So what do you think this shirt should look like? This is kind of like, how does a horse wear pants? Does it wear it up the back 2 legs, or does it wear it up the front 2 legs, or does it
Right.
wear it up all 4 legs? Right. This is kind of like, how would you structure?
I've heard that same quandary, but it's how would you put a hat on an alien from the movie Alien, a xenomorph?
Oh yeah,
Like how
right.
would they wear it? Would they wear it up on the front of their head, on
or
the
at the
back of
very
their head? Like,
top? Yeah.
they put the whole.
Is
thing
it a
in?
huge big hat that goes all the way along the
So
whole
this,
thing?
I've seen that version of this quandary. But yeah, what would this shirt look like? What
I know.
would it?
I know. What does it look like?
Would it look like something so interesting that you would not be invited out? So you
No,
just
see,
stay
that's
home?
the thing. It needs to look cool enough, or normal. It has to look normal or cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one idea I have is the pharaoh. I call it the pharaoh. Okay.
The pharaoh, like
pharaoh.
the Egyptian pharaoh.
Yeah, yeah. Because you know, pharaohs always have those like circular things around their heads, like on
Yeah.
their, like around their necks, that kind of just fall over their shoulders, and then they have like a kind of wrap around their belly.
Yes.
Right? So that's how you could make a shirt. Now there's nothing would be touched because the wrap would fall over your armpit and chest. Like the thing over the top.
Pharaohs, I mean, they live in a real hot zone.
There
so they
you
would
go.
have had to solve this
See?
whole sweat situation.
I know. The pharaoh. So that's the one I call the pharaoh. So there would be, I don't know if it'd be connected to itself. I think they'd probably want to connect so the whole thing had integrity.
Mhm.
But you'd pull it over and it would have like this drape thing over the front and the back, and then it would have this tubular thing like a normal t-shirt's tube around the abdomen, like around the belly, and you could tuck it in or not or whatever. It'd be just like a shirt below, but it would have this kind of thing over the top. That's one solution. Another solution is just slits. Like you just
cut them out, like holes.
Yeah, you just cut out the part that's in contact with the armpits.
I don't want people free pitting out there.
Me neither.
I want
it to be covered. I want it to be covered.
Yeah, I wanted them to keep their sweaty pit. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I want their shirt to absorb. I don't want my shirt to absorb my sweat, but I do want other people's shirts.
No, you don't want it, because then they smell more. You're giving more. Think of the shirt as like a lattice where bacteria can grow. It's going to be smellier. If it's just the hair, it's less lattice. It's less growth area for bacteria. It's going to be less smelly if it's not in contact. So what's another? Okay. So you're pulling up. Okay,
I found here. I started sharing my screen. I found here a listing for a type of shirt. It's on Amazon, but what they've done is they've sewn an extra pad into the armpit. It looks like probably some sort of absorbing
sweat pad
situation. It's not an elegant solution.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, that's going to intensify what you're talking about.
It's going to have multiple problems. One is you're still going to have to wash the shirt every day. Second is it's going to make your armpit warmer because you just add an extra layer of cloth, which means you're going to sweat more, right?
Maybe.
Second, it's going to be even more smelly because now you have even more cloth there, all soaking through with sweat and getting bacteria, and then bacteria grows. At the end of the day, it's going to be smelly. I mean, at the end of a day or 2 days or whatever, it's going to be smelly. I've done the research. This does not exist. This is a solution for the multiverse, baby. This is new. So we got the pharaoh, the slit. I think the slit is stupid, so we're not doing the slit. We got the pharaoh.
Okay.
We have this kind of thing. Okay, now the tunic, which is a little bit like.
Remind me what a tunic is.
A tunic is just a rectangular piece of cloth with a head hole, and you put the head hole over, and you put the front of piece of cloth in front, and the back of the piece of cloth in back, and then you can cinch it either with a belt cinch, or you can do ties, and you can tie the sides up like with one or two ties on either side. Okay, here's another option.
All right.
Okay. So this interesting thing of like ties, like cross. Okay, I'm doing it right now. The blanket.
Just wearing a shawl or a blanket?
If you just put a shawl over your shoulders, you can actually be totally free underneath, right? So the shawl, actually, the blanket is a odor-proof solution.
So as long as we're willing to dress like a blanketed grandma or a Little Caesar or a Pharaoh King Tut, then we can save the planet. But apart from that, we're screwed.
Well, how do we
dress
now?
Clothing.
Well, how do we dress now? What's the goofy name you could make fun of the way we dress now?
What? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it is, but like right now we dress.
Now we look like sad suburban dweeb children. That's what we look like now.
Well, that seems all put upon by us.
Well, yours are put upon too, for my Little Caesar. Yeah.
Well, that was a real person. He makes pizzas.
So are sad suburban children. They're also real people.
They eat pizzas.
I'm going to need to cut up some of these and try it and make
Yeah,
them.
let me see what this looks like. I want to see you wearing them out and
You're
about.
seeing my blanket already. I already
Yeah,
do
but
this
you're
to
not
blanket.
out. You're not out in public showing off.
I don't wear the blankets in public. Native Americans do.
Also, I
Right?
think putting a
Pillars of the Flower
blanket
Moon, you know,
on
the
will
blanket.
make you imminently more sweaty if you walk
Not
out
if it's cold.
right now.
Not if it's cold.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, you put on jackets, and jackets also have this problem. Some jackets, especially jackets that are like form fitting, they go up in your armpit too, and then the jacket gets all smelly. Are people washing their jackets? I don't understand. If you wash a jacket a few times, it gets completely worn out.
So I like having sleeves, and I like having my torso, and I like having them separate so that I can like move around. I feel like I have a more form-fitting. Maybe that's what I'm missing from what you're talking about. I like the form-fittingness of my clothing compared to what I'm hearing described, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the other option. I call it the Batman, or I don't know what to call it. But so imagine this. Imagine you've got like a tube that goes, well, imagine you have like a shirt and sleeves, and the armpits are cut out, so there's like a hole.
Okay.
But now you adhere a piece of cloth, like basically the way the pectoral muscle. So if you think of the pectoral muscle goes from the chest, and then it comes up over the arm. It comes up over the armpit, right? So what you do is you create a kind of pectoral piece of cloth, and a lateral piece of cloth on the back that covers from the front and back, covers the armpit. And when
without
you raise
touching it?
Yeah, without touching it. It's
you're
over
talking about
the front.
A pit kilt. You're talking about an armpit kilt.
Yeah, essentially. It's basically modeled after the muscles of the armpit, right? The lateral muscle doesn't touch the armpit, it covers the back of it. And the pectoral muscle covers the front of it. So this is sort of right over that, you add these cloth. And when you raise your arm, those two pieces of cloth kind of fold over and cover the armpit. So you don't see the armpit when the arms are down, and then when you raise your arm, they tighten, right? Because you're raising it, they become more tightened, and that covers over more or less the armpit. Maybe there'd be a half inch or an inch opening. We might see a little hair coming out, but we're humans, it's natural. But yeah, so this is, I think, the best bet. I think this is our best bet is the kind of Batman, or the whatever you want to call it, the anatomical t-shirt. We call it the anatomical t-shirt. The muscle tee. This is the muscle tee because it's literally following the muscles.
What about that surgery? What about that surgery you can have that turns off your sweat glands? Like
in your armpit?
Yeah. They can go in there and turn them off.
Like lasers or something?
I don't know exactly, but there's some sort of shortcut. It's not a good idea because what happens is your body compensates and you start sweating out of other spots.
Oh, God.
The people report, like, they're like, no, my hands are like way sweatier now.
Well, you get another surgery to get rid of that. So, man, it's just surgeries all
after all the surgeries, then it's just going to be like spraying out of one spot on your forehead.
I think we should allow our systems to operate. Again, Zootopia.
Yeah.
We're talking about Zootopia, anti-feudalism here. We're trying to let our natural, Zootopic lives succeed without crushing the environment and destroying the environment. Also without doing laundry. Just on a basic level, I do laundry like every maybe 10 days or 14 days, and it's all my cotton t-shirts. If I could do wear my cotton t-shirts 2 days instead of 1 day, I would do easily like half as much laundry, but I can't. It's terrible.
There you go.
So the muscle. So we need the muscle tee. Okay, so this is good because when we started this conversation, I did not have the muscle. I had the muscle. The muscle tee structure was on the very edge of my imagination. I was thinking more the pharaoh or the slit or like the cut open or the something a little bit more, the tunic.
The tunic. Mm-hmm.
But you really pressed me with the Little Caesar comment. Like, hey, we got to have something that really fits our modern times, right? And that I appreciate that, Scott. You're always
I mean,
pushing me.
if I'm going to
in the
spend
right way.
hours and hours in the gym every day, which I definitely do. I mean, this is an audio
You
medium.
clearly
Trust me,
do.
this stuff. But if I'm going to do
Scott's
that, then
ripped,
I want
everybody. Scott's
some
rippling
form-fitting.
muscles.
I don't want a tunic.
So this
I
could
can't
be
fill
fun.
out a
So
tunic.
what I'm describing, the muscle shirt, the muscle tee, the anatomical tee would be form fitting. It would have these sort of strips of cloth right here that would be a little bit different, but it maybe even could be a little bit tight. Like it could even show off the deltoid a little bit.
I was just going to say, people would definitely get some with like enhanced flaps that make like their pecs and shoulders look more defined, and you're just
I'm
like, what's going on?
I'm gonna make one of these shirts today.
All right.
I'm gonna take one of my old.
I want to see this. Okay.
And I'm gonna. But wait, where do I? Oh, I can cut the armpits out. That's easy. But then I need to make these strips that go over the.
Cut to 7 hours from now when I get a string of text messages where you're like, I was wrong. It doesn't work.
I'm trapped. Come and help me. I'm stuck inside the shirt.
I've made a terrible mistake.
I've become Venom. It's like a Venom suit now. I have this alter ego now. I think this is going to work.
Origin.
The muscle tee. And what's interesting about this is
I want to see this.
Because it doesn't exist, I could sell it. This could be a business model. Look at that.
And because it didn't exist until our conversation, I can profit off of it.
What?
As well.
That's not how that works.
Oh.
That's not how this works.
Oh, well, I'm going to mail this podcast episode to myself in the mail, and then it's copyrighted. So
Is that how that works?
Uh-huh.
I feel like you're just playing like childish games. Like I touched the base first, therefore
that's legal.
Magic. What else is related? So what other things like this? Obviously our underwear gets dirty, but it's kind of the whole point of underwear is
my underwear never touches my armpits, so that's not part of it.
Okay, so you're safe.
I don't pull it up that high.
I pull my underwear all the way up.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm a college professor. I pull it all the way up. It touches my pocket protector and my armpits. Nerdy. But if you would have told me that I'm a computer science professor when I was like 14, I would have said, you are crazy. There's no way I'm a computer science professor.
You had to look up from your drawings of tunics and muscle shirts. You're like, absolutely not going to happen, sir. I've got the genius
fashion designer.
That's what I'm going to be. I'm bringing back the Pharaoh. You just watch.
You come and see the Pharaoh when I'm walking down the catwalk in the Pharaoh.
Oh, a pharaoh would walk down a catwalk because
they
had
cats.
such exactly. They had enormous respect for cats.
No, I would have never thought.
Okay.
But
I want to see this shirt.
We can't fix underwear.
I will reserve judgment.
Underwear gets in touch with your crotch. It's gonna get dirty. You wash them. Okay, skid marks aren't going away. But but that's fine because underwear is so small. You could, if you were going to wash an entire load of just underwear, it'd be like 40 pairs of underwear. That's like 2 months worth of underwear.
I don't think I have. Who has that much underwear?
No, nobody. But if you did want to really push the limits, like if we're talking about pushing the underwear barrier as far as it can go, sorry. Maybe I'm kind of going over your head in one way, although I think you'll understand it once I say it. Do you know what limiting factor analysis is?
No.
I think you do.
I can figure.
We all do limiting factor analysis on our laundry, right? We think, how soon do I need to do laundry? Well, I'm out of whatever the limiting factor is. I'm out of socks. I therefore have to do the whole load of laundry. I'm out of underwear. I have to do the whole load of laundry. I'm out of shirts. I have to. Right. So you have to.
Like a reverse bottleneck.
Yes, you have to construct your clothing setup so that you don't have a kind of, or like a limiting factor that makes you do laundry all the time, right? If you're doing laundry every 5 days because you didn't have enough socks, you just buy more socks, and now something else can become the limiting factor, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying if underwear was your limiting factor and all you had to wash was underwear, like if we just wore underwear, if we were like just underwear people, where everyone just wore underwear constantly and that's it, nothing else.
I would call myself underwear people.
Then we wouldn't have to do laundry. We do laundry once a month. We do 30 pairs of underwear, just throw it in. And then you'd have your 1 or 2 days of laundry underwear, like underwear that you have when you're doing laundry. And then you'd have a whole new 30 clean.
True.
You don't have to do laundry once every 30 days.
But you're not factoring in all the outer stuff
towels
that gets protected from.
And sheets.
Like if you just wore underwear, you would collect all the things that make your regular clothes dirty as well throughout the day.
Yeah, but you wash yourself off, shower.
But you would collect it on the I'm saying the underwear would get dirtier faster if that's all you wore.
You'd think you'd have to change your underwear more than once a day. Scott, how often do you change your underwear?
I don't
change
go
it
out
once a day.
I don't go out in only underwear like a giant man baby.
So you think you'd have to change your underwear more than once a day?
If you're going out and doing stuff in it, probably.
I don't think so.
Like your jeans and your shirts and stuff, if you sit down on things and you pick up crud.
But how often do you wash your pants? I wash my pants like once every maybe month. Once every
What?
Well, they're clean. Why would I wash them?
Because you take them out and touch things.
No,
and sit on things.
This is the beauty of underwear. It does. Oh,
I definitely wash
my externally. Yeah. But underwear protects your pants from getting dirty from touching the interstitial zones of your body.
Yeah, and pants protect your underwear from getting all the crud that's out in like on a bus stop when you sit down on there.
But what crud is there? What's
crud? On a public bus stop? Oh, I think famously there's no crud on those.
But I get up. You don't. My pants look fine. Everything's fine. I'm not dirty. I don't have dirty pants. I mean, I don't sit on the bed. I don't sit on the bed in my pants.
Why not?
Because the pants are not the cleanest thing in the world.
What are you talking about now, though?
But they're not smelly, which is the key thing. And they're not visibly dirty. If they're not smelly, not visibly dirty, I say fair play. Don't wash. No wash.
That sounds like the science of the 5-second rule. I don't know that that's real.
That's a bit of a 5-second
real science.
Okay, I can tell this 5-second rule. I know the science of this. 5-second rule is the moisture content of the thing dropped determines the length of time it can be on the ground.
Okay.
Because moisture is what actually collects the bacteria from the ground. So if it's a dry, like saltine cracker, easy, 10-second rule, no problem. You could probably get away with 30 seconds. Because it's so dry that
I'm
no
willing
bacteria is going
to leave that dry cracker on whatever ground it dropped on.
But if you drop a flan, like a straight up wet ass flan, right on the ground, you're done because it's wet. It's going to soak up all the bacteria
immediately.
Right away.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So actually the 5-second rule. This should be a whole nother solution. This mini solution right here. The 5-second rule is a variable thing based on the moisture content on the surface, not just the moisture content internally, but the moisture content on the surface of whatever's dropped.
Yeah, we create a moisture coefficient, and then we say based on the prevalence of this coefficient,
it's a function of that coefficient and
the
surface
proportion
moisture
of time. Yeah.
So we can call it SM. So it's F of SM
or SFM.
SF solutions on the multiverse, and that's how we get back to right, exactly. It's the surface function of the moisture content. So it's SFM solutions of the multiverse, everybody. So the next time you drop something, just remember how wet is that thing, and then start your clock.
All right. So armpit, you're going to make one of these shirts. You're telling me today.
I think I'm going to make the muscle shape.
I want to see it.
Where there's strips over it.
Because I will hold out judgment. I'll reserve judgment. I've been wrong before. Let me see what it looks like. I might be
I think I might have to make a picture. I think I might have to make a
pretty
picture
cool.
of it first.
You're going to have to diagram. I mean, I can't imagine you just wing it and it goes perfect. It sounds like it's a little bit complicated.
It's just cut the armpits out and then put covers over the top of over the front of the back so that you don't see it.
You say that now. I want to talk to Adam, who's done the process, and see if that's how he would describe it. It's
impossible. It's impossible. I've tried everything.
I'll be like, no, Adam. I heard you say you just cut out the flap and then stick it onto the place.
Stick on the front. Okay, it might be hard, but I'm going to do a graphical.
I do want to see it.
I'll do a graphical example of it.
I want to see. Yeah, that sounds really cool.
And then we'll try to do a real one. I think I want to just pay a seamstress to make it. I don't want to try to do it. I want to draw it and then go show it to a seamstress and be like, make me this. I'll pay you $100. And then
you don't hear back from this person for like several weeks. And then all of a sudden you see their new product line debut for like billions of dollars. And the fashion industry is like applauding them. And you're like, that was mine.
That was mine. And I'm like on the ground and like in the street, like drinking like cognac from a bottle. Like,
you're destitute.
Shirt,
right. You can't even afford to buy your own shirt because it's so popular and cool now that
Once
you have to wear.
I had a railroad, made it run, made it race against time.
What?
Once I had a railroad. Sorry, sir, can you spare a dime?
What is this from?
That's a song from the Great Depression. That's a famous song from the Great Depression.
Sorry. I've clearly have slipped on my Great Depression famous song studyings.
I think you last episode quoted Blues Traveler's singer or something that nobody knows except for you. So I can quote very well-known famous folk songs.
To be fair, my music reference was within my lifetime and not the 1930s.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a little Great Depression ballad.
Arlo Guthrie.
A little lament. Yep. No, not Arlo Guthrie.
What?
Woody Guthrie.
Who's Arlo Guthrie?
His son, who was a 60s folk singer, but Woody Guthrie was the more kind of 30s and 40s.
All right, I didn't realize Arlo Guthrie was the child of nepotism, apparently.
Yeah, he is kind of a Nepo baby.
Nepo baby.
Yeah. I've seen him in concert, and I named my cat after him. Arlo is named after Arlo Guthrie. But not Woody.
Nope.
Okay,
well then I made the wrong reference. Woody Guthrie. Pretend I said that.
Woody Guthrie.
Yeah, amazing reference. Good pull, Scott.
That was a great one, Scott. Good cut. Not too deep, not too shallow.
Right in there.
Right in the spot. Okay, so everybody, keep it climatey. I mean, the main point of this solution is everyone should be thinking about everything they can possibly do to fix the climate. We're like really in trouble.
The ultimate thing, I don't know that we got
how messed up it is.
We were sticking on the shirts a lot, but you're saying fewer loads of laundry means less water used. Means
water doesn't matter. What matters
electricity, energy?
Electricity matters. Yeah, what matters is carbon. I mean, sure, water's fine. Yes, okay, yes, multimodal environmentalism. You have to think about lots of things, but the key thing is, like, if we used up a lot of water, that wouldn't, like, we'd just get more water. But the climate change will actually make it so there isn't enough water there to even get. It's like very bad. And then when you don't want when you do want water, then there's flooding. I mean, that's what climate change basically causes, flooding,
extremes,
and then droughts,
which is what we don't do well with extremes.
Exactly.
We like that moderate middle.
We're going to keep doing climate solutions because I make light.
You don't think it's going to get fixed?
This is horrible. We are in trouble. Do you know that under Biden, we are the greatest oil producing nation, not just in the world, but in the world in history.
Yeah.
America is producing more oil by fracking and doing other bullshit. We are exporters of oil. As much oil as America burns every day to run their cars and run their everything, we export oil.
Well, that's cool.
We pumped out of the ground.
Yeah. Well, at least we'll never run out of it.
If you were to try, if you were to try to design,
use more of it as it runs low. We use more of it faster. Then that should be.
You know what's a good idea? Actually, here's an idea. This is a really good idea.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there's this. Oh my God, I just had the best fucking solution ever. Oh, maybe I'll do it as another episode.
What?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
All right.
The craziest idea, but we don't have time to go into it.
Stay tuned, everybody. I guess.
I'll do a bunch more climate solutions because things are not getting better. They're getting worse, and we all need to start doing we need to start
wearing shirts with no
throwing
armpits.
Throwing Molotov cocktails is what we need to start doing. But yeah. All right, everybody, keep it climatey.
Keep those armpits.
Yeah. Or you could put it, you know what is something everyone can do that's super easy. We don't do old solutions, but I will just end with it.
Stop working out. If we stop working out, we won't sweat.
You should keep working out. It's healthy. Oh. What you can do is just the dryer actually uses way more electricity than the washer.
True.
So all you have to do is go on Amazon and buy they're really nice. You can buy these strings that go across your laundry room, and you pull it across, and you can hang all your clothes. And then just leave the door open, your dryer, your laundry room. They'll dry over like a day or two, and then you just take them all down and fold them. And the cloth is a little stiff. If it's really stiff, throw it all in the dryer at the end. Put it on a cold cycle and just have it fluff it up with some air.
Manual drying. I mean, dry your clothes without.
If you do that, it actually makes a significant difference to your to the energy load of the city.
Honestly, though, I think the better appeal for that is that it makes a significant difference to your energy bills.
You'll save a lot of money.
Running a dryer versus drying your clothes by the slow way.
Yeah.
Massive impact on the electric bill.
And if you have to use the dryer, try to use it between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. because that's when the
6 hours of drying. That's a lot.
Well, just try to use it.
Just do what you need, everybody.
Okay,
Don't use that whole time
because
if you don't need
that's when no one's using electricity because everyone's at work and there's very little electricity used, and so the load is low, and so a lot of that energy is actually alternative energies. Solar and wind is being used at that time.
And mostly. The more energy you save with your dryer, everybody, the more energy you can use in Bitcoin mining. We think that's a good what? Oh wait, you're giving me eyeballs.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
No
No Bitcoin mining. You could actually limit your use of ChatGPT too. Actually, I've heard that using ChatGPT every time you hit enter
Makes you
in
dumber?
ChatGPT,
Does it make you dumber?
no, it doesn't make you dumber. It uses a ton of electricity. I don't know the
I think it
exact
might-
amount, but it's a lot. So
I think it might make you dumber. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'll hold out on that one. We'll see what the scientists say.
Well, I think other things are making me dumber, like watching too much TV. Okay, everybody, keep it climatey. Do your part. Also, throw Molotov
Thanks for joining
cocktails.
in. Oh, don't do that part.
Yes,
Don't do that. We didn't
Yes.
encourage that at all.
property violence is merited.
Oh boy.
Not human violence. Don't hurt anyone. But property violence definitely merited at this
All
point.
right. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
This has been an anarchism from the
This is not
from the
anarchism.
multiverse.
This is literally the solution to not having anarchy. Anarchy will emerge if we don't stop fossil fuel crap. So
We must use sensitive, targeted things like Molotov cocktails.
yeah, or maybe Molotov cocktails the wrong implement,
Things which have famously never gotten out of hand.
but definitely property damage is merited at this point. So
Viva, you're just saying Viva la Revolution. Right?
Yeah. See,
Just
see.
no big deal. Just Viva
Yeah, viva
la Revolution.
La revolution. Yeah, you know. All
Well,
right, everybody.
have a good one.
Thank
See you next time.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Hey there, thanks for listening to that episode of Solutions from the Multiverse.
Yep, we're back with a little after roll. Hello.
Hey, after roll that after roll. So basically, we want you to subscribe,
Yeah.
and rate and review, and tell someone. Like, take your favorite solution and send it to someone who you think it would like blow their mind to hear it.
Yeah, we love making the show. We're proud of it, and we are excited. We want other people to show. We know that the main way people find podcasts is word of mouth. I know that's true for me. I listen to my friends who also listen to podcasts tell me about ones, and I go, okay, I'm cluing into that. So we want to be part of that chain.
So thanks for being a part of Solutions.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again real soon.
Bye.
Bye.